Good morning, Mr. Cedillo here. All right, today we are learning about ratios. Now, you're probably looking at me and wondering, what in the world is a ratio? So let's start with the official definition. The official definition of a ratio is the quantitative relation between two amounts showing the number of times one value, like this orange, is contained within another, like these apples. Now you're probably wondering, what in the world does that mean? So let's start with quantitative. Quantitative just refers to numbers. So what it's saying here is the relationship between numbers. So real quick, I want you guys, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to write down what you think the relationship between two numbers would be. While you're doing that, I'm going to write down what I think it means. And I'm going to use these three apples and these two and this one orange as an example. So for every one orange I have three apples, right? Now, you probably are wondering about this little sign I drew right here. This is one of the ways that we can represent a ratio. So when we're talking about ratios, it is basically saying for every so much of one thing, I have this much of another. So real quick, I want you guys to help me draw a face. How many heads do we have for a face? We have one head. And how many ears? I know I have big ears, but how many ears do we have? We have two ears. And how many eyes do I have? I have two eyes. Oh, some people might joke I have four eyes. And how many noses do I have? I have one nose. And how many mouths do we have? I have one mouth. It might be a big mouth, but I have one mouth. Now, let's say that we were going to draw some more faces real quick. I want you to work with me. If I have three heads that I'm drawing, so we already drew one, how many more noses do I need? I need two more noses. And how many more eyes do I need? We have one, two. So let's draw two here on this head. And two more on this head. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how many more mouths do I need? There's one here. I need one here. And one here. What am I missing? Oh yeah, I forgot about my ears. I need to do two more ears on this guy. And two more ears on this guy. Now, let's go back. How many heads do we have? We have one head, two head, three heads. So for every three heads, we have, how many eyes do we have here? We have one eye, two eye, three eyes, four eyes, five eyes, six eyes. Now, how many ears do we have? We have one ear, 2 ears, 3 ears, 4 ears, 5 ears, 6 ears. So I have 6 ears. And I also have 1, 2, 3 noses. Am I missing anything? I got my heads, I got my eyes, I got my ears, I got my noses. What's that thing I'm using? Oh, my mouth. I forgot to count the mouths. So we have 3 mouths. And this right here is a really big ratio that basically tells us how much of everything we have. Now, real quick, we're going to work on a problem together. This problem is of the utmost importance because it involves you. Now, I want to throw a party on Halloween. And I want to bring goodie bags to this party. I want to have one bag for each of my 15 students. So we have 15 students. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of students. And for each student, I want to give them, in each of their little bags, which is going to look like this. I know I'm not the best drawer, but let's just pretend. I'm going to give them one Reese's, which I'm going to represent with the square, 2 lollipops, which I'm going to represent with my circles when I'm doing it, and I'm going to give them 4 mini Snickers. That's a good little bag, right? But I need 15 of them. So real quick, I'm going to give you guys about 90 seconds while I try and help you figure out what we need. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret, okay? I need you to really pay attention. All right. Do you remember your multiplication? Do you remember it? If not, do you have your chart handy? If not, it's okay. Now, each one of these is like multiplying 15 times that one item. So for example, what's 1 times anything? 1 times anything is that number. So I will need 15 Reese's. So if I have one student, I'm just going to draw the ratio for one student for what they're going to get. In their goodie bag, they're going to have, oh, darn it, I messed up my coloring. They're going to have one Reese's. They're going to have 2 lollipops. And they're going to have 4 Snickers. So if I tell you that I need 15 of them, how much am I going to need of the others? I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds, and then we're going to do this together. And I'm going to help you guys figure it out. You are almost out. of time. You got this. Let's go. Now, let's go and solve the problem. So, 15 times 1 means that we would have 15 Reese's. So, I could draw 15 little squares if I wanted to. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, now that I think about that, what's 15 plus 15? Because multiplying by 2 is like doing that, right? So 15 plus 15 is, can you think of it? Can you think of it? 30. So we're going to need 30 little circles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 10. So we're going to have 30. And now I need to do 4, which would be double that. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, as you guys can see, we were going to have 60 of these. And for homework, I'm going to give you guys a secret little recipe. And I want you to figure out how much you're going to need for each thing. For your recipe, I'm going to give you a recipe for 12 cookies, or 1 dozen. And I want you to figure out how much you need for 2 dozen, which is 24, 3 dozen, which is 36, and 5 dozen, which is 60. All right? You got this.